Christina Aguilera, right? Ah, yeah. That song's on my long run playlist. When that comes on, I'm like, I don't trust that voice within. Oh, it doesn't steer me wrong, but the world sometimes tells you not to trust that voice. But that voice within is usually right on track. So thank you so much. Oh gosh, I'm so glad you invited me back so I can get some good music. You never cease to inspire me with your music here. We could just go home right now, actually. But I would feel remiss. I feel like I've been refining this message for weeks now. So anyway, first, I just want to share with you, I've been, prior to the Olympics, I guess, as we enter into all of the hubbub of the politics in the world right now, and looking back, as far back as even April and May, and as I was looking at, and this is not a political sermon in any sort of way. This is a how am I going to get through November kind of sermon. No, I'm not asking which side of any political divide you're on or middle of divide. This is not about that. No matter who you are and where you are, as you try to be your best self, how can you be that? Because for me, as I looked about the world, in April and May and June, and as I'm thinking about all that, and I'm looking at the unkindnesses, as I'm looking at some of the rhetoric, and on all sides of the spectrums, my heart breaks, and I get down, and I get feeling, it doesn't bring out my best self. And I wonder how I can keep on, because, oh my gosh, and where are we going as a world? And it gets so depressing, and it starts to bring me down. And that is what I have been sitting in, and it gets hard on me. And maybe not on y'all, but I'm guessing there's probably 2 or 3 that feel that sometimes, that the rhetoric, no matter what side of the divides, or and again, in the middle, most of us probably fall somewhere more middle-ish. But it's horrible. The things that I hear now that I didn't hear 10 years ago. The things that are allowed to be permissible and said out loud and tolerated are just hard on me, and maybe on you. And I feel like I need some way to get through it all. And that was kind of what I've been searching for. And I said in my sermon blurb, I was kind of marinating in that ickiness and all that kind of stuff. And I was so grateful. I didn't know how grateful I was going to be, but when the Olympics came on, woo! Who's watched the Olympics? If you watch the Olympics, give me a shout out. Woo-hoo! And I want you to know I always dress for my sermons, so I try. My daughter actually was in Greece. I don't know. Actually, my daughter was at the Olympics too. I'd like to say she was an athlete, but she was not. She was there cheering them on. But and I'm glad she was cheering. It's okay. She's not an athlete. I forgot we're recording. Yeah, it says, "Oh, love you, Maddie. It's okay. You're not an athlete. You be you, girl." But she brought me this back from Greece because the Olympics started in Greece, so I'm wearing an original. They might have worn this at the first Olympics. I don't know. This might have been the actual medal, kind of from the. I don't know. Or it could have come from a souvenir stand outside there. I don't know. Could have been. I don't know. But I couldn't believe I had this shirt to wear. But that kind of, I was in that ickiness, and then the Olympics came on, and night after night, my wife and I'd be excited to we sit in our recliners. Can you believe that? I am such an old dudette. Sitting in my recliner, but flipping on the Olympics, and just getting involved in that. And it was so nice for a couple weeks to let our hearts and our minds get caught up in something other, something that transcended hate and transcended boundaries of countries and transcended icky rhetoric, that was all about hope. And even groups that didn't win, it seemed like there was joy there, and there was power there, and there was goodness there. And it was so great to put my heart and mind in that place. And I just couldn't wait. We began eating dinner in front of the TV so that we could be apart and not miss the Olympics. And guess what? It was in France, so that meant if you wanted to get up at 3 in the morning, you could get up and watch it too. Woohoo! I did some of that as well. And they have this thing now called streaming stuff. This is for any of us that are a little older, but you can watch it on different channels and have it go on 4 different TV things on your TV. Oh my goodness, you can really get into the Olympics. I digress. But it was just so wonderful for a moment, those 2 weeks in time. And it reminded me that I have got to be intentional, and I have got to learn and find ways to lift myself out of that ickiness, because I deserve better. Those around me deserve better, and I can do better for my people. I can do better. and I can show a better light, and I can shine a better light on the world. And it was while watching the Olympics that I believe I began, and that's how I see the world. Things I'm involved in oftentimes show me ways, and I began to believe and to see that as I watched the Olympics. So that's what I'm going to share with you in this little bit of time. Just a few of the beautiful ways and the beautiful things that I learned while watching the Olympics that I believe are going to help me get through the next, I don't know, cycle of the election and after the election, because we all know there's going to be a lot of, again, no matter where you fall on it, there's going to be a lot of, I don't know how to even, I don't know the word for it, but there's going to be a lot of it, okay? How do we get through that? How do we shine the light of love and hope on it? How do we do that? And I believe the Olympics helped me to figure out some ways I'm going to be about that. So get ready. Are you ready? Oh, I should have had the Olympic theme playing. Oh, do you know? Oh, I need a bigger stool. I can tell I'm about to die. Oh, that's beautiful, beautiful. Okay, good. Excellent. All right. Woo! Let's hear it for live music. Live music. All right, all right. Starting right here. The first thing I get, this was so important. Ilana Marr. Oh my goodness. This lady, I did not know her before the Olympics. And if you don't know her, look her up. It's okay if you want to look her up this minute. You can ignore me for the rest of the sermon. I don't care. She is that amazing. All right? Lots of reasons she's amazing, and lots of things you could take from who she is and what she teaches us. She's a rugby player. First of all, I didn't even know what rugby was. I'm going to be real. I know, well, I'm going to say it on recording, I'm a lesbian, but I am not a sporty lesbian, okay? I don't know about sports. I should have been born with that gene. Most lesbians, especially old lesbians, know sports. I don't know sports. I'm a disgrace to my people, but I didn't even know what rugby was, but oh my gosh, rugby is terrible. Yeah, like it's football without any protection. Like, and they beat up on, I mean, it's, I'm all for it if it's your thing, go for it, but it would not be my thing. Oh my Lord, I'm too delicate of a flower for that. But she is this rugby player, and I guess we've never won medals in rugby. It's not our thing as the U.S. either, okay, I guess. But the bottom line is, she is such an advocate for being yourself and doing the things that you love to do. Doing the things that you love to do and not letting the world tell you you're a girl, you can't do that. You can't be feminine and do those kinds of things. You can't do this or that because that's just not the box that you're in. And she does all kinds of work saying and educating people, saying, be who you are, okay? Don't let the world put you in a box. Get on her TikTok. Everybody say TikTok. You can be almost 60 and get on TikTok. I didn't know that. I thought TikTok was for the younger kids. But guess what? You can be 60 and be on TikTok. What? You can. You don't have to be on it. My children told me, Mom, don't get on TikTok. You can have it and look at it, but don't get on it. But there are all kinds of amazing things, and she is very poignant and amazing at saying, women look all types of ways. We all look all types of ways, but we can be who we are and we can do our thing. And she is amazing. So that's for one reason. But here's what I took from it. She is a perfect example of what are you taking in. And she shows all the time. During the Olympics, she was always doing videos about what she was eating. I wish I was in Paris. She ate some great things. This is a real croissant. I'm not kidding you. She said this was a real thing. You can get these there. I don't know. I've not been to Paris, but it's called a fun thing. You get these giant. Anybody been to Paris and got a giant croissant? Okay, I can't wait to ever go there and get one, but this is a real deal. According to her, and I don't know, my daughter didn't get one, darn it. But I want us to think for a minute. The Olympics taught us, when you think about those athletes, what are you taking in? We do control what we take in, okay? I know this is true. What we eat, what we take in, we control. That is also true in the next, 80, 100 days, whatever. We control what we take in. The negativity that's out there, we control what we actually take in and consume. We do have power to turn it off. We do have power to walk away. We control what we take in. The athletes teach us that. Think about how they eat and how they train to be their best. If we want to be our best and shine a light of hope and love in the next 100 days or whatever, we have to think about what we're taking in. And if all we're taking in is negativity and toleration of that, that's what's going to come out too. So think about what you're taking in. That's one of the first things I learned. What are you taking in? Think about it. Think about what you're taking in. Oops. Lift up the good. Lift up lift up the good. Lift up the good. Say it with me. Lift up the good. Lift up the good. Lift up the good. Yes. Lots of things shine big lights on the bad and the ugh. But you know what? We can be lifters of the good. Nobody's telling us not to. We can lift the good. And my goodness, I don't know if you saw, I get chills. I can hardly even talk about this. I mean, Simone Biles, Jordan Childs, two of the greatest all time. All right? But this beautiful Brazilian gymnast who has worked her patouche, I don't know if that's an actual word off, and she's had 3 torn ACLs, all right? That is a major thing, and has come back from all of that to have this incredible moment finally, and to really give Simone Biles a little, that's the only competition, she was the only competition Simone Biles really had there. She was amazing. And finally, in floor, she beat him. Everybody go, woo! And you know, Simone Biles and Jordan Childs, instead of being all, blah, 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 that isn't what they did, is it? They were just so excited for the way she lifted the sport as well. And they bowed and lifted her. It didn't diminish what they'd achieved, did it? Do you think less of them because of that? Do you? No. I don't. We just think more of them. Gosh, they're bigger, better people than we ever even imagined. Well, I thought they were pretty great anyway, but now I'm like, oh my gosh. Lift the good. What happens in our hearts when we lift the good? Our hearts are lifted too. That will help us in these next days to lift others if we lift the good. So what you take in, lift the good. It's out there. When you see it, turn the magnifying glass on it and lift it up, because I'm not thinking not a lot, but we can do that. We can do that. Oops, I think I got carried away. Oh, pick your battles. This guy, love me some Steve, okay? I don't understand gymnastics, again, not sporty. I don't know why they just kept showing pictures of this guy saying he's coming, and he was just sitting there kind of sleeping. And I'm like, and the men's gymnastics was getting kind of excited because they were doing good, and Steve was just sitting there. Looked like he was being mindful, maybe. They said he's going to pommel horse for us. I don't even know what a pommel horse is exactly, but anyway, and they kept saying, wait for it, and I waited for it, and guess what? He did great on the pommel horse, and his team picked him up and threw him in the air. It was all wonderful, and we got the medal for the first time in a long time. But I got from him, he's like a specialist. The other gymnasts did several different kinds of things. They do those parallel bars and the rings. Look at me. I have become so sporty. You know, you can change. You can grow. Look, I just named 2 things that gymnasts do. Do the men do the vault? 3 things. Okay, there we go. And a lot of the gymnasts did all this, but he has one thing, okay? And he does it well. And they called on him. He woke up, took his glasses off, and did it well. And the team got the medal. But I got from that, you know, we don't have to fight every battle, you know? If we want to keep our spirits up, if we want to keep our best selves, if we want to keep shining the light, let's pick our one thing that, you know what, that's gonna be ours, and we're gonna keep our light on and everything. But boy, when somebody mentions this, oh, that's mine. So I'm gonna go into that conversation, because that is my thing, that is my passion, that is mine. I am gonna be a part of that pommel horse right there. Now, I'm not gonna be a part of the parallel bars, and I'm not gonna be a part of the vault, because other people got that. But when it comes to the pommel horse, that is mine. That, my friends, will keep us more energized and in a better space as we enter into these days. And I think Steve teaches that in so many ways. And Steve's just great. And just lots of surround yourself with support. As I watched this, I'm like, I don't know, I didn't do the research on this, but it seemed like there were a lot of Olympic records and world records this time. I don't know if there really were more than normal or not, but it just seemed like it. And here's what was different. This was Tokyo. Nobody could really be there much, and nobody's families could fly over and stuff because of COVID. They had some spectators and stuff, but the people that you really needed there couldn't really be there. But this year, everybody was there, and their families were there. And the athletes kept saying over and over, but my family got to see me this time. My friends got to see me this time. The important people in my life got to see me. Who are you surrounding yourself with? If we want to get through these next 100 days, if we want to shine the light of love and hope, surround yourself with those important people, the people that lift you up. All right? The people that are going to carry you, that are going to encourage you to be your best self. Who are those people? Put them in the stands and keep them right close to you. These are when you need them the most. This is not when you walk away from them. This is when you put them in the stands and you keep them cheering for you. That was clear at the Olympics, and that is clear, I think, for us in these next days. You do matter, and you can make a difference. This is Cole Hawker. I know Cole. Cole went to Fall Creek Valley Middle School in Lawrence Township. I taught at Lawrence Township. My baby girls ran cross country with Cole Hawker. I cheered him in 7th and 8th grade. Why didn't my girls go on to the Olympics? I don't know what, no, you have to, can you erase that out of the recording? No, I'm kidding. But the thing I got with his, of course I've cheered him on through Cathedral and everything else, but the thing about his race was, I was watching it, man, I threw the dog and the cat during his race, I'm gonna be honest, because they were on the couch with me, but I got so excited because, I was so mad at the announcers. They were talking about this guy from, I don't know, Norway, I think. It's some guy from Great Britain, and how they talk back and forth to each other about how they're going to win, and they don't know which one's going to win, but one of them's going to win. They just kept talking about this, blah, 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 blah. No mention about the U.S. people, and no mention about Cole. I'm like, Cole's in that race. He got a good finish. I've seen him kick. He got a good finish. But boy, no. Imagine their surprise when they're at the end. Guess who's got the strong finish? It's not the guy from Great Britain. It's not the Norwegian guy, or whoever that other guy was, that talked smack to each other that we're going to win the race. It was Cole Hawker. Everybody say, go Cole. Go Cole. I have for many things about Cole, but folks, in these next days when things get a little, remember, you do matter. Even if the world's saying, hey, it's the Great Britain guy, it's the Norwegian guy, they're the ones that matter, they're the ones that are going to make a difference. Remember Cole, he made the difference. No one was calling him out for the victory. But you know what? He's wearing the gold medal. You make a difference. I don't care what the world tells you. You're enough. You make a difference. You matter. They're going to tell you a lot of other things, and this is a bit, but look at Cole. Those announcers talked for, I bet, 30 minutes about this. They had videos about everything, nothing about Cole. But you know what? Cole mattered. You matter. We matter. And it's important to remember in these next days and 100 days when things get a little, you matter. You will make a difference. Remember that. Oh, believe in yourself. This is the coach of the women's soccer. I don't know her very well. Got to get to know her. I really know hardly nothing about her, and I know nothing about soccer other than you kick it with your foot. Don't touch it with your hands, and the matches last a very long time. And they don't score a lot of points. So I found this thing where you can just watch 6 minutes and they'll condense it into 6 minutes. Don't tell anybody. It's like Cliff Notes for sports. It is the answer for me. But this coach is actually English, she's from Great Britain, but she says America made her. And I got to get to know her better. But her thing was, believe in your, she said she came to, she's really only been coaching the American women's team, national women's team, for I don't know, 10 months or something like that, not very long. But she said they were already Olympic gold medalists. I just had to get them to see it and to believe it. She said that. I'm telling you right now, you just have to believe in yourself. That's what I got from her. And she was right, and some of the team said that she helps us believe us. They spend time in mindfulness. She helped us to see it. They had the physicalness. They know how to kick that ball. They know how to defend. They know how to do all that, but they had to see it, and they had to believe in who they were. Believe in yourselves. Believe in your light. The world is going to want to dim it. The world's going to say, positivity, light, hope, blah, 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 blah. Believe in yourself. What changes the world? Love, hope. Those things are powerful. That's why they want you to dim it out, because it's the real power, I think. That's just my opinion. I think it's powerful. Oh, yeah, I'm almost done. Oh, is that the last one? No, I haven't been looking at my notes. Oh, no, it's not the last one. I got 2 more. Oh, yeah. Oh, go back. Oh, look at me. I'm the one doing it. I'm yelling at myself. Go back. Oh, go forward. Okay. Just real quick, Simone Biles, we don't need to belittle this one, but it's okay to take time away. If it gets to be too much, take a moment out. Take some time away. She taught us that. Tokyo, she's like, yo, people pressuring her. But she said, no, something ain't right with my body, with my mind. I need to take a moment. In the midst of all that pressure, and there were literally, even money on the line there, because sponsorships, I don't know much about sport, but there's a lot of money she probably I'm just saying. She said, I'm more important. I know I need to take a moment. My mental, my physical, I'm not right now. I need to step back. And she did that. And the world gave her a hard time about that. But she did what she needed to do for her. The Olympics teaches us in these next days when it's all okay, do what you need to do for you. The world must say, hey, you need to go do this. You need to make sure this, blah, 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 blah. Do what you need to do for you. Do what you need to do for you. Trust that inner voice, that voice within. Trust it. That's what Simone did. Trust it. Do what you need to do for you. Put that oxygen mask on first so you can help those around you, so you can help yourself first. So important. Wow. And I got to get her name right. This is Cindy, I can't say her last name right, Ngamba. And I call this a safe place to land, and I think this is so important. I just have, okay, I'm going to be done. This is the next to the last one. The last one, just take me 1 second. But she is from the Olympic refugee team. Did you know they had a refugee team? They have for the last 3 Olympics, I think. But there are those people who literally get booted out of their countries for different reasons, and I can kind of get that. She's gay, and if she lived in her country, she'd be imprisoned right now. She's from Cameroon, and she lives in Great Britain, and that's where she's found, but she doesn't have citizenship in there yet, so she was able to be a part of the refugee group that competes, and the refugee group has never won medals until Cindy. She won the first medal, and she's a boxer. And she trains in Great Britain and is a part of that. And it was for the first ever Olympic medal for the refugee Olympic team. She moved to England when she was 11 and trains alongside the British team in Sheffield. She says that she was given refugee status 2 years ago because she could have been imprisoned for being gay in her home country where homosexuality is illegal and prosecuted aggressively. She says this, it means the world to me to be the first refugee team member to win a medal. I'm just human like any other refugee. There are refugees all around the world, and what a shining light, but a safe place to land. We all deserve that safe. She's found a safe place to land. I'm sure she'd rather be in her home and safe in her home, but maybe you can't quite be safe in your home, but look for safe places to land, and I think that's key. Find your safe spots in these next days. Look her up, man. And she got the bronze. Isn't that awesome? Find your safe place to land. There's a Sarah Bareilles song. Do you know it? We can sing it right now. But you do? And John Lanson? Oh, man. Next time I'm back, we'll do Safe Place to Land. I could be Sarah, maybe. You could be John. I don't know. We can figure it out. Okay. And last but not least, and this is not least at all, I think this is probably the key. Have fun. Do things you love doing, because things are going to get really, they're going to get, Go have some fun. Just do stuff for fun. You know what I'm doing Wednesday? I'm going to Gatlinburg, Tennessee. And you know what I'm doing there? Dollywood. I am going to Dollywood. And that will be super fun. And I'm taking my dog. Oh my God. He's going to doggy daycare there. But I'm sure it'll be fabulous. I'm going to the Jeep Invasion, where a bunch of us other Jeep owners, I've never been to a Jeep Invasion. I have no idea exactly, but it's thousands of Jeeps will be in Gatlin. Well, it's actually in Pigeon Forge. Let me get it. I got to get to the right spot. But I think I'll find it, because according to all the pictures, there are literally thousands of Jeeps in Pigeon Forge, Tennessee, and we're all just going to drive up and down the road. And it's going to be amazing. But I'm not going to be changing the world there or anything, I don't think. I'm just going to be having some fun for a minute, because I love my Jeep. And I'm going to be communing with other Jeep lovers. And we're not going to be talking politics probably or anything like that. We're just going to be talking Jeeps and exhaust. And where'd you get that bumper? And is a winch a good idea? And what's your lift? We're going to be talking about stuff like that we Jeep lovers like to talk about. Have fun. If you want, what's your thing? Do it. If you're a swimmer, go swim every day a little bit. Don't say you don't have time for it. You don't have time for anything else. If you want to shine light and love, make time for the things that bring you joy, because you need it. That nourishes the heart, the mind, and the soul. So when things, and things are, it's true, get along, You need to be in that place and doing the things you love. And that this guy, well, where's he at? How do I get him back? I don't know. Can I get him back? Oh, I don't know. I'm done. Oh, he's done. His name was Andy. He's a skateboarder from Great Britain. He didn't win anything. He's just 51 years old. Let's hear it. Woo! He's 51. He qualified for the Olympics. Now, he didn't get in the medal round or anything, but you know what? He had a blast. The crowd cheered for him. He had some great rounds. Tony Hawk was there cheering for him. Tony Hawk, great. I do know who Tony Hawk is. A great skateboarder. But he was doing what he loved. Do what you love. All right? We can get through this. And it's not about getting people to come to this side or that side. It's about shining light and love wherever you go. And we can do that if we're centered and doing the things we know keep us in a good place. Thanks for letting me come share that and all that. Thanks for letting me be here. And I wish us all the best in the days and weeks to come. Let's go, let's go, let's do this, we got this. Hand in on the count of three, let's say team, 1, 2, 3, team! Look, how sporty was that? That was sporty. That was pretty sporty, I think.